Hey, it's Justine, and today we're unboxing the gold iPhone 12 Pro Max and the product red 12 mini. Unboxed, and I know we were recording B-roll and really cool cinematic shots, but I about lost my mind when I opened up both of these because they are such a stark contrast of each other. We have this 12 Pro Max up against this 12 mini. Can we just take a quick second to do a little size comparison, because this is a sight to be seen. Here's the fronts of the screens. It's kind of wild just looking at this Pro Max because the size comparison, the actual physical size of this phone, is not much larger than the 11 Pro Max. They were able to extend the screen slightly because of the way that this now is designed. The edges are all flat and the bezels are slightly smaller, so it does give you just a little bit more screen, but when you're holding it, it does feel about the same size as the 11 Pro Max, but it has a much easier hold because the edges aren't rounded. I don't feel like it's gonna slip out of my hand. And now the mini. Can we take a moment just to look at how small this is? I don't have very large hands, so this is kind of crazy that I can just pick it up just like this. So in comparison to the 12 Pro Max, I mean, what? What? So now let's get our entire 12 lineup for 2020 all lined up. 12 mini is getting smudgy. So what are the differences? The iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini are basically the same phone. The 12 mini does have a slightly smaller battery, so you won't have as good of battery life as the 12. And as for the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, are almost identical except for two things: the telephoto and the wide-angle lens. In the 12 Pro Max, it has a 65mm telephoto lens, whereas the 12 Pro only has 52. You can also optically zoom in 2x for an even closer shot. The sensor on the Pro Max is 47% larger than the 12 Pro, and it also has sensor shift technology, which is allowing for enhanced image stabilization. So the actual sensor is doing the stabilization as opposed to the lens itself. So here you have them. We've got the mint green, the gold, the Pacific blue, and the product red. Now the colors this year are a little bit more of a muted tone as opposed to some previous years. I love the mint, and I am honestly very shocked at the gold. Now when I first saw this gold in the keynote, I thought it was gonna be more of like an obnoxious gold, like a very yellowy, sort of loud, but really it is a very subtle, nice gold color. I absolutely love it, but wow, fingerprints. I mean, let's be real. I'm probably never gonna actually take this out of a case. So the gold, I really like it. Don't even know which color I'm gonna end up pre-ordering as my personal phone. Fake the white, but then I like the gold, but then the graphite will match my watch. And then the blue is also really pretty. Now that brings us to the red color, product red. I do have to say, I think that this is the least red, product red item that I have ever seen. And that's not a bad thing. Kinda seems like it's more pinkish. Either way, I was pleasantly surprised with this color. I actually really like it. And the feel of this mini phone. It's times like this where I wish that I didn't want to have the best top of the line iPhone, because this mini, it's perfect. Like the screen looks amazing. I really like it a lot. It's so precious. So I'm sure if you guys are avid iPhone users, you probably have seen all of the colors at some point across all of the multiple YouTube channels of people reviewing these. And I'm just wondering, what is your favorite iPhone color of 2020? Leave that in the comments below and I'll feature some of your comments in the next video. The biggest upgrade in the Pro versions is you do have 3 lenses, and they also have the LiDAR scanner, whereas the 12s only have the 2 lenses, no telephoto or LiDAR. But what's really amazing is the fact that the 2020 iPhone lineup is pretty impressive all around. I feel like whichever phone you pick, like, you can't go wrong. Obviously the 12 Pro Max has some upgrades, but I do love the size of the 12 Pro. It still has the extra lens, it has the LiDAR scanner, and I've been so impressed with it over the past few weeks that I've been using it. So you guys know that I will have plenty of follow-up videos. If you guys aren't subscribed, please hit subscribe and be sure to hit the bell as well so you'll be notified when I post a new video. But now, we have a few accessories. Of course, MagSafe. Each phone is equipped with magnetic back, so Does anybody remember that game? I think that it was called Go Fish, and you had a little fishing pole, and there were little fish in the pond that had magnetic mouths. Anyway, that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Wow, Pro Max, heavy. Still holding it up though.